Why didn't you tell me that?
Well, I did. What are you right now? And everybody said, okay.
No. Well, but the volume's not on.
Yeah, he was like,
Yes, it is.
no,
No, it isn't.
very often.
It's all on, ready to go.
They might be behind because we don't start streaming until 7:30.
No, we start streaming at 7:25.
So we don't start streaming the sound until the sound.
The sound doesn't go on until 7:30. We've been through this. Yep.
You ready to begin? We don't have to unmute you.
No, he's supposed to talk.
Hello, everybody. What? Thank you. Please take the welcome off. They can't see my beautiful face.
Somebody help us.
All right. Anyway, this is our third Sunday weekly back row punch, back row band thing program. And today, which is the 11th Sunday of October 2015, we are going to be doing a tribute to Don Sanders. And at first, the first song we'll be doing is "The Solid Rock." Thank you. See, I can't remember anything. And then we have I can't remember.
Help him.
I have come to worship you. And then we have "Be Glorified" is a children's song, so all the children can come up to the monitor screen thing to sing with them. Then we're gonna have the puppets, Gabby and Gandy, and then we're gonna have a discussion about important biblical doctrine. And then we're gonna have our last song, which is "Here I Am, Send Me." See, I can't remember things. Anyway, today we'll be doing a tribute to Don Sanders, who passed away a few years ago. And if any of you knew him, he was a great guy. And 2 years ago, okay, right around this time, and he died 2 years ago, right around this time. And
4 times,
zip it, daddy. Anyway, we're gonna be talking about him and how he influenced and gave us or helped us with our singing ability and helped us as people to be better. So as our first song, as "The Solid Rock," we're about to sing it. You guys ready? Can mute John real quick. What? Oh. While we're waiting, apparently TCU beat Kansas State. Yes! We're not 100% sure.
Hey, what's that on the screen?
Oh. Anyway. And Gamecocks lost. Clemson won. Florida State won, which I predicted wrong. And you guys ready yet? Thank you. I don't want to talk about this forever. Unmute you there. And now this is our first song, "The Solid Rock."
My hope is built on nothing less than Jesus' blood and righteousness. I dare not trust the sweetest frame, but wholly lean on Jesus' name. On Christ the solid rock I stand, all other ground is sinking sand. All other ground is sinking sand. When darkness seems to hide his face, I rest on his unchanging grace. In every high and stormy gale, my anchor holds within the veil. Come on Christ the solid rock I stand, all other ground is sinking sand. All other ground is sinking sand. we're going to take it above notch now. When he shall come with trumpet sound, oh, may I then in him be found, dressed in his righteousness alone, faultless to stand before the throne, on Christ the solid rock I stand, all other ground is sinking sand, all other ground is sinking sand. All right, that was a hymn redone by Don Sanders. I'm sure a lot of you remember that. But here's a song that he wrote all by himself, I think, right? It's all by himself. He didn't have no help. I didn't have no help from you, God. I don't need you. Anyway. I'll just hold it down here. Is that better? Okay. I'm a very loud person. In any case. So here's a pretty song that Don Sanders did. I'm sure a lot of you will remember it. I have come to worship you. Got to move around to do some motions for the little kids. So I'm going to have to hand this off to Rachel here, who does a lot of the singing. All right. You guys want to say anything extra about Don as Nathan mutes the channel here? Nope. Okay, whatever.
Your love has captured me. Your love has captured me. Your grace set me free. Your life is the air I breathe. Be glorified. You set my feet to dancing. You set my heart on fire in the presence of thousand kings. You are my one desire. Now I stand before you now with trembling hands lifted high. Be glorified. Be glorified in me. Be glorified in me. Be glorified in me. Be glorified. You set my feet to dancing. You set the heart on fire in the presence of thousand kings. You are my one desire. Now stand before you now with trembling hands lifted high. Be glorified in me. Be glorified in me. Be glorified.
Excuse me for a moment as I mute people. There, I muted everything because we don't need it. Right now. If you want to send any comments, questions, likes, dislikes, anything you want to say about the back row bunch, then send it to brbrocks, as in with an X, 7 @gmail.com. Right next, we're gonna have puppets with Gamby and Gabby and Gandy. While they're sitting up, is there anything I'm missing, Rachel? No, apparently not. She's not listening to me. She has something to say. While they're getting set up, we, as a family, have been touched by Don Sanders, which we will be, this entire thing is about, and because he was a really good friend of my dad's, a really good friend of my mom's, a really good friend of everybody's, and we were very saddened by his passing 2 years ago. I didn't believe it when someone told me first time. I thought they were kidding. Because around this time, I guess it's Halloween, so, you never know. But he was, and I have this weird feeling that it wasn't right, but through his passing, we were able to get this talent. So next, we have Gabby and Gandy, the puppets, so I'll shut up.
Hello there, world. How are you doing today? My name is Gabby once again, and our puppet show, Gabby and Gandy, where are you? He's
Over
coming,
here, sir.
What in the world are you wearing?
A bow tie?
Why?
Because I will be your server today. What would you like to eat, sir?
Well, now that you mention it, how about...
I'm sorry, we're all out of that.
I didn't even say anything yet.
You didn't have to. We don't have any food.
Then why did you ask me what I wanted to eat?
Because that's what a good server does.
A good server also has food, too.
Shh.
Why are you serving me food? I appreciate the thought.
Because
But-
I'm trying to be a good servant, and that's what a servant does, is he serves stuff.
Why do you want to be a good servant?
Well, like that thing in the Bible that says, that Matthew 25, beginning at verse 14, the story with the good and faithful servants.
Okay.
The not so good and faithful servant.
Yeah.
You're trying to be one of them? I'm trying to be the good and faithful servant by serving as many people as I can. Oh, with food? I thought that's what server does. I think you might be a little bit confused, Yanni. I don't think that God is only talking about serving people dinner and wearing a bow tie and being like a waiter or something. Oh, in that case, better take this silly thing off. Hang on, let me get to my dressing room. You have a dressing room? Whatever. Anyway, I'm pretty sure that part of the Bible is talking about serving other people, which doesn't mean that we bring them food all the time, and it doesn't mean that that you have to be like a somebody in a restaurant who serves. I think it just means that you're supposed to be trying to help the people around you and do good things for them, don't you think? Yeah, I guess that makes sense. I guess I don't have to be a waiter to serve people. I suppose not. There's lots of different ways you can serve. Yeah, I guess I could give people subpoenas to court. Why would you do that? Because then I would be serving people. I don't even get it. Is that supposed to be funny? That's why they call it a joke. I don't think anybody called it a joke. Okay. So, the idea is we got to serve other people, not like a waiter, but just like serve other people so that when our deeds come back to heaven and we die, because that's how we get there. What are you talking about? Well, enlighten me, because I'm still a little confused. Now I'm confused. Thanks to you talking about our deeds are going to come back to heaven. What does that mean? Did they leave heaven and are following us around? So that's what it was behind that corner back there. Do it. If you're trying to say good deeds get you to heaven, you know better than that, Yandy. Yeah, I do. The only way we can get to heaven is by having a relationship with Jesus Christ. But he calls us to serve others because, that's kind of what Jesus did for us. When he was on the earth, he served people. And he wanted to do that to be an example to us so that we would know how to serve one another and the people around us. That's one of the most best ways we could bring people to him, too, is by serving them, right? Yeah, and we can do it in even creative ways. I was talking to a late cousin of mine. I mean, not like dad, but, like a second cousin or a third on my seventh cousin's side. Stretch. I just saw him on the street the other day. Oh, yeah. He didn't have much to say, but I talked to him about all the things he used to do. Remember how he stretched with the kids when Mr. Don would say, like, and you grow. I can't do it because I can't stretch. But, okay. Yeah. Yeah. He didn't say in so many words, but you could tell that he did miss Don. We all miss Don, right? Yeah. What does it have to do with serving, by the way? Because Stretch could serve those little kids just by being himself. Just by being a nice and bubbly and stretchy person. That's good. And he used what he had, his stretchiness, for God, didn't he? Yes, he did. He's one of those strong, silent fellows, too. Yeah, I see what you mean. He can say what he needs to in not so many words. He's one of those guys who rises above it all, too. You know what I mean? Anyway, all right, well, I think that's all the time we have for today. Do you have anything else to add, Gandy? Anything intelligent? Nothing comes to mind. Okay, then I guess it's time for us to go. Thank you for listening today. Y'all have a wonderful Sunday morning, and we will see you next week. Bye-bye. As long as it's not storming or something like that. Yeah. Okay, bye. Bye.
Whoa. I'm way too close. There we go. I gotta meet these people real quick. There you go. Next, we are gonna be doing the Back Row Bunch, talking people important biblical doctrines and stuff about servants and serving from Matthew verse. What's the verse? Thank you. Matthew verse 25, beginning of verse 14. That's what I said. I did not. I said Matthew chapter 25, beginning at verse 14. That is what I said.
Fine, I'll find it. Hold this. Hello. Hello, everybody. How are y'all doing today? John, would you like to start us off by reading the said passage.
I read it yesterday.
I don't think the camera was on yesterday.
Okay, fine. I'll go through it quickly. Just to clarify, it's not the one with the 10 virgins, right?
I don't think so.
Or the sheep and the goats? Okay.
Nope.
Here, the parable of the talents. Again, it will be like a man going on a journey. This is again because, he said the thing before. He called his servants and entrusted his property to them. To one he gave 5 talents of money, to another 2 talents, and to another 1 talent, each according to his ability. Then he went on his journey. The man who had received the 5 talents went at once and put his money to work and gained 5 more. So also the one with the 2 talents gained 2 more. But the man who had received the 1 talent went off, dug a hole in the ground, and hid his master's money. After a long time, the master of those servants returned and settled accounts with them. The man who had received the 5 talents brought the other 5. Master, he said, you have entrusted me with 5 talents. See, I have gained 5 more. His master replied, well done, good and faithful servant. You have been faithful with a few things. I will put you in charge of many things. Come and share your master's happiness. In the good kind of way. The man with the 2 talents also came. Master, he said, you entrusted me with 2 talents. See, I have gained 2 more. His master replied, well done, good and faithful servant. You have been faithful with a few things. I will put you in charge of many things. Come and share your master's happiness. Then the man who had received the 1 talent came. Master, he said, I knew that you are a hard man, harvesting where you had not sown and gathering where you had not scattered seed. I'm going to sneeze.
Take a moment to greet your fellow computer. Hello, world. I can finish it off if you want. Fine. Bleh.
He just reads too slow. That's why I have to do it. Where was I? All right. Then the man who had received the 1 talent came. Master, he said, I knew that you are a hard man, harvesting where you had not sown and gathering where you had not scattered seed. Thank you. So I was afraid and went out and hid your talent in the ground. See, here's what belongs to you. His master replied, you wicked, lazy servant. So you knew that I harvest where I have not sown and gather where I have not scattered seed. Well then, you should have put my money on deposit with the bankers so that when I returned, I would have received it back with interest. Take the talent from him and give it to the one that has the 10 talents. For everyone who has will be given more, and he will have an abundance. Whoever does not have, even what he has will be taken from him, and throw away that worthless servant outside, into the darkness, where there will be weeping and gnashing of teeth.
Yep, that's how it goes. So, the main verse out of this that we're going to be talking about is, well done, good and faithful servant, because that was the one of them. They were all given different things, and each of us, in life are given different things, from God to start out with, but it doesn't matter what you have that God is giving you, it matters what you do with it. And, they called it, in the money they called it talents, which is a type of money, but you can also think about it when you think about, people who have talents. If you have a talent for singing, like you, not me, and or if you have a talent for whatever. I mean, there's
We've noticed that you don't have a talent for singing.
Thank you. Or whatever you have a talent for, God wants you to use it for Him. And some people may seem like they have a lot, but if they don't use it, then it doesn't do any good. You know what I mean?
Yeah, and even the people that have just a little bit of talent, if they don't use that at all, it won't multiply like it did with the servants who used it. They used it and got more. That's one thing about our talents, is that if we use them for the glory of God, then God can actually make them more powerful and make them more potent to do His will. But if we don't use it at all, even just a tiny little talent, if we don't use that at all, it'll be taken away from us eventually. Because God has given us innumerable opportunities to do this. You know what I mean?
Yeah, just like it was the master's money that he gave to them, and he just gave it to them not for them to have, but to use it to get more for him. And that's what God does for us too. He gives us things not so that we can just keep them for ourselves, but so that we can use them to better His kingdom and to give it back to Him.
You noticed, of course, that the reason why the third servant didn't multiply his talents, right?
Right.
He was afraid. So then probably that indicates that the number one reason why people don't use their talents, because they're afraid that the world and people won't like it and that they'll laugh at them. My stupid dad is laughing at me from behind stage. Anyway,
as I was saying, that he was afraid to use his talents. And you shouldn't be afraid to use your talents because God gave you those talents and he has a purpose and a plan for what you got. That's what I have to say.
Anybody else have any input?
No.
You're turning into Hannah.
Man, you had me excited there for a second.
All right. Well, everybody knows this is the tribute to Don Sanders. So eventually our last song is going to be a continuation of that. It's going to be Here I Am, Send Me. How
Yeah,
many of you remember that song?
well, I do, but
Yeah, me, because I have to sing it.
yeah, well, I guess that song kind of goes along with the same things we were saying. Don't be afraid of, what God has given you. Don't be afraid, you're going to mess it up or something like that guy was maybe afraid he would lose his one talent, that he would try to gain more and he would lose it or whatever. But you need to make sure that you're not afraid to use it, that you will go and when God sends you somewhere, that you will go and try to do what he wants you to do. And because God will always take care of you and make sure that, you're all right as long as you're trying to do his will, right?
I guess so.
Don, he wasn't afraid to use his talent, I could tell.
What?
I think he wants to do with the video we did of him driving the car and being underneath the steering wheel. Okay. Because he's doing this over there.
I don't know what he's talking
Or
about.
he wants us to drive to Mexico or something.
I
We're getting weird signals from our dad behind the stage over here. Oh.
Well, he wants us to talk about one time when Don was over here at the house, we had a little kid go-kart. It was just a simple frame with wheels and an engine, and it was made for little kids. I mean, it wasn't like an adult one. But when Don was over here, he rode that thing around. I don't remember this much, but Dad has a great memory of it, apparently. And he said that he fit perfectly. And the kid thing, and he was just buzzing it around. That must have been fun to watch.
Was he flying?
Yeah. I
What?
remember when with Dad's Corvette out there. That's what I remember is we had just gotten the engine and exhaust in there, and he was sat in there and he started it up and wow! It's like, hey, don't kill it now. And then he shut it off and said, wow, Corvette. That's the way he said it too.
I remember some of that.
What do you remember about Don?
I remember what he was saying. I remember watching him play the guitar a lot of times. That's a lot of how I learned some stuff. At least just the way he did it anyway helped me to learn a lot about how I could play guitar. So that's pretty cool. As I guess that's something that happens when you use your talents. You can inspire other people to do things too, right?
Yep.
I guess that's kind of what he did for us. So I guess it's about time for us to play our last song.
Yes.
To reminding us to go out of your living room and go out somewhere and help people with whatever God has given you to do.
Right. God has given us, or the Master has given us talents. If we bury them and don't use them, hide them from the world because we're scared, they'll be taken from us. But if we put them out there and multiply them for the will of God, then amazing things can happen. All right, Nathan, get up there, mute these things, turn yourself on, and do the rest.
As I come into focus. And the back row band. Anyway, as the back row band sits up, talking about not using your talents. So I don't have a musical talent at all. I can't sing. You don't want me to. It would be pathetic. And but I can. Children love me for some reason. I don't know why. Maybe it's because of my face. They think I'm a clown or something. And I'm good at sports and some other stuff. So even though I'm not good with music and some things, I can still use those things for God. So don't think that your talent, even though it's how minuscule or weird it is, that God can't use it and make it grow into something beautiful. Now, this is our last song. Here I Am, Send Me. Wait. Is that everything? It should be. I've unmuted everything. Everything's on. You guys ready? Yes, the effects are on. You guys ready? There's only 3 things muted, and those things don't count. So, you guys ready for Here I Am, Send Me? I'm too high. So, gotta go.
One, two, three, go.
Lord, I can see there are many in need of your spirit. Oh, Lord, in the struggles, they're doing the best they can. You long to go and wrap your arms around them. And you're calling your children to be your feet and hands. So here I am, send me, I'm ready to go.
Wherever you lead, I'm willing to follow. I want to shine your light until there's no more night in the land. It's time for the church to get out of the pews and go into the city and spread the good news. But if you want someone to send, Lord, here I am. Here I am, send me.
And how will they know if somebody doesn't go and tell them? And how can they see what the meaning of life's all about? Within these walls, we claim to have the answer. But to reach this world, we've got to turn inside out. So here I am, send me, I'm ready to go. Wherever you lead, I'm willing to follow.
I want to shine your light until there's no more night in the land. It's time for the church to get out of the pews and go into the city and spread the good news. But if you want someone to send, Lord, here I am.
Here I am, send me, I'm ready to go.
Wherever you lead, I'm willing to follow. I want to shine your light until there's no more night in the land.
It's time for the
Church to get out of the pews
and go into the city
and spread the good news. But if you want someone to send, Lord, here I am.
Here I am, send me. Here I am, send me. Here I am, send me.
Excuse me as I mute. There. We got everything muted. Hope you enjoyed our tribute to John Sanders. If there's nothing else for us to say, then I'll close out in a prayer. Oh yes, next week we're apparently doing tribute to DC Talk. And no, the members of the band are not dead. They are alive and kicking and singing. And since Dad's a big groupie of them, he wants us to do a few DC Talk songs. So stick around. Anything else? All right, I guess I'll close it on a prayer. Everybody bow to your computers and close your eyes and everything. God, thank you for this weather, but pray for the people like in Andrew, South Carolina, and places up in the Midlands and stuff like that. You got some heavy rain. Hopefully that didn't completely flood them out, and I prayed for healing and for them to get back in their homes pretty quickly. I pray for many other things that are coming around this world, because there are plenty of disasters and dangers and other things besides the flood in South Carolina that are hurting people, and I hope that you can lead your hand on them and give them rest, and because you are a great healer. And I thank you for today. I had a good time. All the people out there had a good time. Thank you for this glorious day, and in your name, amen.